Hey, I'm ElusiveKev, welcome back to iRacing. It's been a while since it's been on this channel since I strode off the global rallycross in very disastrous fashion. Well, it's not as bad with our first run in the IndyCar IR-18 in iRacing. And I literally just bought this car before this hosted the race, never driven it before this, just hopped in just before it gridded up. As you can see, we've got one warm-up lap and then we've got a 12-lap race here around IMS with fixed setups. So we're not testing out any setups for the main Indy 500, just getting used to the car around this track in this race. As we're starting at the back in 16th. I think we're actually 17 people on the grid, but it seems like a couple have already left. So we're going to try and come through the back, maybe grab a top 10, maybe survive all the carnage that will happen in, no doubt, 12 laps. It's very much a sprint race, but I was just so excited to try out this car, which I tried out the DW12 previously in iRacing. I tried out the previous Dallara, so the crap wagon as known by IndyCar fans, unfortunately, from who watched it a decade ago. And those cars were very kind of understeery, especially the crap wagon. That was a heavy car. Trying to get it around some corners, you really had to kind of, you had to be a bit more cautious with that car. Under brakes, going through the corners because of how much weight that car really felt like it had. Same with the DW12, that rear end with the Kardashians at the back. You really had to be careful of the car on road courses around the corners, especially with all that rear weight. So with the IR-18, it's meant to be much more drivable. I've heard much more slipstreamable, less kind of aero push in the corners as well, so it should be better for racing as well. As you get underway here, look at us all anticipating as the green flag's about to drop. The pace car's gone to the inside, and here we go for 12 laps. Someone's already into the wall on the inside, so we make up a position already, heading towards the first corner. Immediately I could feel fantastic slipstream we got, so we went a bit wide here. Actually, we went too close to that car in front, so we went a bit wide, let that guy back by. As we can see, the racing in front, and oh, there's carnage onto the back straight. Someone clipped the inside of turn 2 there, went into someone, they've gone into the wall, and we've made up a position as someone is now sadly departed in the medical centre on the infield. As you go into turn 3, we've got someone on our outside, and shut up you crazy fool. Well, he made us back off, so I guess that worked. As you go into the last corner, and look at, he's looking down the inside, and oh, there is flipping. Oh, at least that has not changed in IndyCar. They're flipping, fantastic flipping. Give that guy a 10 out of 10. Even the Russian judge to give that guy a 10 out of 10 for that flipping. As you go on to the second lap, and immediately what I felt with this car is that, well, it's easy flat on over the corner. As you can see, we stick in 5th gear and then sit for his kind of overtaking gear. So we're going up to 6th here as we got very close to the car in front there on the exit of the second corner. That's maybe compromised us slightly for this backstroke. Should be getting the slipstream off the guys in front though. And a good double slipstream as that guy's gone very wide, giving lots of space to the inside. As you can see, there's only 8 guys who survived the first lap. Half the field's already been wiped out. As you go on to the third lap here with some mega slipstream. We get a double slipstream here of the guys battling for 5th place. As you've got some guys in the pit lane trying to rebuild their cars. Hopefully go out for a lap or 2 near the end as you do a 40.9. And we should be much quicker than that with our open setups for the Indy 500, around 2nd faster maybe in qualifying, and then in the race that's maybe a bit more, maybe around 40 seconds. I'm not really sure, to be honest. I haven't really done much testing so far. That's going to be happening in next week, of course, with qualifying coming up in a week's time, or just over a week's time. As we go down the inside then, you can see slipstream is intense round here. You get sucked up to that car in front around halfway up the straight, especially if you get a superb run off the final corner, off that second corner. As you can see here though, if you get around 3/10 gap, at least with these fixed setups, you're safe going into the next corner. But we are not safe heading onto this back straight on this 4th lap. Got this guy all over our tail as we've got a 4-second gap in front. Unfortunately, we're going to be catching those lead forward, but we can see them battling in front, having a mega time. Just as we are, we've got a guy on the inside, and I thought on the outside, with the DW12, we had to lift. We had to compromise ourselves through this corner, but not at all. With the IR-18, we are just flat out round the outside, and we're holding off that guy down the inside. Normally you're saying, oh, he's down the inside, he's quite a long way alongside us. We'll be able to make that move off the corner, but no, we held it around the outside. We can actually make the move back up into 5th place down the inside. There we clipped the guy going by them, but thankfully no real damage occurred there, and it doesn't really matter if you've got to damage the wings. So I think around IMS, at least with these cars, so drivable. IR-18, I really do love these cars already. After just one race, I love these cars. So how drivable they are, how much downforce they had, you know, through the corners, and you know how they could follow another car through the corners, as you've seen here once again on the outside. And we just have the much better run. And we can just slot down the inside. I'm surprised that guy didn't actually block me there and chop off the inside one. He hasn't done it to the guy behind either. He's just followed me through with the slipstream. This is a 40.7 off fastest lap. He's gone to the sit flap. And now we're going to see another run down this back straight. As you can see, it actually looks like he's got some damage to his front wing, as you can see. So it looks like he's also clipped someone behind. As he goes down the inside, no point fighting. We're just basically just doing practice here, slipstream practice, and seeing how good it is in traffic, and it is very good indeed. At least this is with the fixed setup. The open setup, it'd be interesting to see the changes if it's, you know, has the suckability where you have this slipstream down these straights. As we're looking to the inside, but he's kind of half blocking us. He's opened up the gap on the outside though, so he do go around the outside, set a new fastest lap as well. And it looks like the guy in seventh has actually backed off slightly, it feels like. We're now battling with this orange car quite a lot. I can imagine we're battling Alonso, can't we, from last year. But we're up into fifth, and as you can see, in this side, the front four have actually got some interlopers there. They've got some lap cars among them, so that'll be interesting. See how that plans out in the second half of this race as we let that orange car down our inside. And actually now here comes the grey car, once again nicking down the inside in that final corner, just not working out. And as you can see, he's trying to block the inside this time, kind of like fakes it, it looks like, and you can just lets us go down the inside. So we're all dragging along each other here, the three of us, as we've got a massive gap behind to that traffic. And as you can see, that gap in front actually hasn't kind of opened up as much as I would have expected. It's only been a couple of tenths, but it looks like someone has been taken out. And there you can see them down the inside on the runoff. So we're up actually into fourth place for the time being. And Ari here comes back. The orange got into turn 3. As you can see, the racing very similar lap after lap. You can see if you get that run, you're 10th or 2 tenths behind. You're going to get that run on that back straight into turn 3. Same for the front stretch here. As you can see, we're 10th behind. You can easily suck up to the back of the car in front, go down the inside, and go back into fourth place. So it'll be interesting to see how you kind of manage this run in these last couple of laps now. We've only got 4 laps remaining, and so we're thinking, you know, at the end of an Indianapolis 500 with 5 laps to go, this is like go time. This is where you really want to try and make your move and then try and hold off the cars behind. But we're thinking with, you know, how good the slipstream is round is, and unfortunately that traffic, that interloper has been taken out now. And as you can see, around 2 or 3 tenths behind, didn't actually get the run of us there. So we actually managed to block them. So this is pretty interesting that we're kind of learning this as well during this race. As I said, this is my first run in this car, just learning about the slipstream. I didn't see, once again, fantastic run. And he really is trying to push us up against the wall, trying to limit our space there and try and limit our run through this first corner as he goes through into fourth place. But now we've got the run on the outside, keeping it in 6th gear, overtaking gear, remember, so we can get the run off the corner and go down the inside. And you're going to see, let's look at the grey car. He's 2 tenths behind. He's got double slipstream here. Cannot make the move into turn 3. Very interesting. Maybe he's just damaged his car a bit more, if he's just lifting off slightly. As you see, now we've got a gap of around 2 tenths. We're getting into that kind of area where we can maybe hold them off going into the first corner. Let's see what we can do on this penultimate lap. Oh, it looks like he's really getting the slipstream now, and then it looks like we can't quite hold them off into the first corner, but we could hold them off to the line. So remember that, 2 tenths in the back of your mind. On that last lap, that's the gap we need heading towards the line, as we've got just a lap and a half to go. So go down the inside on this back straight, and it's good battling in front as well between the top 3. They're separated by just a couple of tenths. So go down the inside into the third corner, and that gap remains the same as well to that traffic using 10th. So I wonder if he's got a buddy as well, and we're just slipstreaming round as now we've got that 2 tenth gap. And actually it looks like the carbine's kind of more defending from the grey car as we go on to the right final lap. White flag has appeared, and so once again we're doing the routine into the first corner, running a bit wide, staying high, and it looks like the grey car's not flying through. He's never been able to do that, maybe just not quite getting that drive. We expected him to be alongside us going into in that short shoot going into turn 2, where we go down the inside into turn 3, and it looks like we've got a superb run mega slipstream. Look at that, 3/10 is the gap now, and actually he's holding off the grey car. They're battling among themselves, so now we've got a 4/10 gap. We should be able to hold him off going towards the line, and from last, effectively, we're going to finish 4th in this hosted race with the fixed setup in this IR-18 and the great battle behind, and oh, big carnage off the line as well behind, because it looks like the grey car actually made it past the orange car, 4th, 5th in the end. So, you know, good tactics maybe in the end from the grey car, managed to get in the run eventually and take that 5th spot. But that was a very interesting race with the IR-18, trying it out for the first time, and as I said, I love the drivability of it compared to the DW12 and especially to the crap wagon before then, and I'm very much going to try this on fixed setups in the oval on the oval side, and maybe try it on the road side as well. But I hope you enjoyed IR-18 racing. Sound for watching. We'll be back with more month of May gameplay next time. Sound for watching. See you then.